All right.
Wildcard Weekend.
Yes, sir. Panthers play the first game.
Yeah. Can't wait. Broncos don't play a game.
That's right.
Can't lose.
Yep. Only got to win 2 to get to the Super Bowl, right?
Clear eyes, open hearts, can't lose. Is that what they say?
I think so.
Welcome into the Wit and Grit show. We're often on radio and we're on digital. Right now, we're live on YouTube, but then later when I play this, it'll be recorded from here somewhere else. But welcome to Wit and Grit.
What?
I'm trying to explain to everybody that I might stop saying the word podcast so much.
Okay, gotcha.
And I did a great job. Yeah, it was organic.
So it was crystal clear, bro.
Chris, I mean, what else could I be talking? Thank you. I love the applause. Lady Gaga, anyone? Do you know who the oldest coach left in the NFC is?
I was not prepared for this question.
Nope.
Yeah,
and
no.
You're not prepared for the answer.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
At 44.
Right. Okay. That's crazy.
Now look at the AFC side. Sean Payton alone. You know, Jim Harbaugh. They tank it. So it's very interesting, for one, to see that growing up watching the NFL, we've always kind of thought of the AFC and the NFC as being very kind of arbitrary. Oh, who cares, right? Like you're playing the same teams every year, but almost all teams are kind of secular. Couple good games, you know, good years, bad years. Cowboys are the status quo, right? The Cowboys literally up year, down year, up year, down year. Except this was supposed to be their good year. Let's not talk about that. But what I'm saying is, when you look at the ages in these coaches left in the playoffs, the way that it's shaken out, it's very much kind of NFC, new school, young guru scene types. They're hoping that, you know, we found the diamond in the rough and they'll be the coach for a John Harbaugh amount of years.
That's right.
And then the AFC is like, we've seen these guys do this before.
Yeah, absolutely.
The NFC is the multiverse saga. And the AFC is the Infinity Saga. Okay. AFC, you got Iron Man. You know, you got all the people you're used to seeing. And then the NFC is like, we swear this is good. You're going to love it. And now they got to show us.
Yeah, no, you're actually, that's a really good way to put it. It's a lot of kind of like new blood in the NFC. Whereas the AFC is a lot of what we have been seeing in the past, you know, not teams that we've seen necessarily all the time, with like the Jags being up there in the 3 seed, but you know.
Right. I mean, outside of Josh Allen, what, Jordan Love has the most experience, CJ Stroud in the AFC still, but like, it's just, there's a lot of cast turnover.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to transition that. I just wanted to bring that up at the cold open to tell you about that, because I wanted to catch you off guard and just see your face when I told you
that's pretty shocking.
Matt LaFleur is the age where he could steal one of our girlfriends and it wouldn't even be like an old guy. Like, be like, he looks good. I get it. He makes a lot of money. I didn't know you like cheese that much. I wouldn't have come in here if I thought you did.
Oh, man. Cheese is great.
Do you work for the U.S. Cheese Caves?
No, but I have heard about that, man. I watched Pablo Torre's whole like episode about it on Pablo Torre Finds Out. It was really interesting.
Cheese propaganda.
It's crazy, man. It's a real thing.
I didn't know Pablo did that one. I heard that.
Yeah, you should check that out.
A lot of people talk about the cheese caves.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Speaking of old things that are hanging around, think back to when Peyton Manning got hurt. You know, when Tom Brady got hurt, did Matt Castle unretire to lead that team?
No.
Having a backup quarterback used to mean you had a quarterback that if yours got hurt, they could play. When we look back on the 2025 season, it's hard not to wonder if the backup quarterback is in a completely different position for many teams, because when their starter went down, their backup either got a shot and wasn't very good, like in Cincinnati, and then they went and they traded for the oldest guy playing then. But Joe Flacco wasn't the oldest guy to take a snap at quarterback this year.
No.
Phillip Rivers comes back in for the Colts and says, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
They removed him from Hall of Fame voting. I know it's like not that crazy because it just happened, but think about every other NFL season.
Do you think that he like improved? I know he went 3, but like, do you think he improved his case for the Hall of Fame?
No.
You don't? You think he hurt his case?
I sort of, if people don't remember these 3 losses he was quarterbacking.
But dude, he wasn't like, he came off the couch and wasn't terrible. Like, he played the position.
No, but let me finish my point. Yeah. I'm saying that if people don't remember these 3 winless games he was in, they're going to see his name next to a bunch of other names that they remember being way later and wonder why he's still around.
Yeah.
People, I mean, it's only 5 years, so I doubt that. He'll probably get in, but I'm just saying it kind of hurts your case in the sense of Phillip Rivers next to Eli Manning, next to Ben Roethlisberger, next to Antonio Gates, and players like that he played with. It's like, that's your class. Right. He's going to go in with people he didn't even win a game during the season with now. Like, there are people who retire this year.
Yeah.
So I just think it hurts your chances in the sense of recency bias. Everyone look at the names and they're going to go, why is Old Man Rivers still hanging around? Shouldn't he have been in? Or
I mean, I think the people that, obviously the voters and the people that care enough about it are probably going to not think that way, honestly. Like,
I think
they're going to view it as a pretty, like, not heroic's not quite the right word. That's a little over dramatic, but like, he came in and like, he was better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league over that 3-week stretch.
Yeah, but he did not win a game.
He didn't win a game.
That's important.
No, and that's kind of what you're there to do.
Isn't Tom Brady still the oldest quarterback to win a game at this rate?
I think so, man. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
Jerry Rice was older when he retired, believe it or not.
Than Tom Brady?
Yeah, look it up.
I don't want to.
Pretty sure Jerry Rice was like 47 when he retired.
Yeah.
Because receivers can play part-time if they need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the idea of like, why is the backup quarterback position turned into like a clipboard guy that just can't go into the game? And now you have to go grab these quarterbacks who are hanging on for dear life to just play one more game.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns went and got Joe Flacco, and he starts the season after they drafted more than one quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And
now
might
the
do
coach
it again.
is fired. Yeah, I might be doing 2 more.
He might do it again.
Cleveland's going to have the only 6 quarterback room. No kicker on this team. We just pray. Well, we're going to talk about all the coaching vacancies. We're going to talk about Wildcard Weekend. We're going to talk about my best bets. If you are an All In with Ian subscriber, you already got it in your email. Go read along with us. Go make the bets before the lines move. These lines are moving, but do we still like them?
Welcome to Wit and Grit, where Ian and Sean break down sports betting, pop culture, or whatever's on their minds. The Wit and Grit Podcast.
My favorite feedback I always get about this podcast is who's wit and who's grit. And I explain it really simply, that we sit here every week and I give you so many reasons why to back these teams or these angles.
Right.
And you'll agree with me, but you don't always actually follow through and make the bets. Yeah. You just wake up on that morning and you think, forget anything I've thought about before. I now feel this way, and being impulsive will give me serotonin. So I will just make 2 random bets and just move on. You
really do understand me, don't you?
I think it's driving me, it's just inching me closer to madness.
But
fair. I do.
No, I mean, that's kind of how I have that effect on people. So
yeah. Once technology evolves, we're just gonna have a new segment where you're like your phone screen's up the whole time, and we'll be like, we'll see if he actually makes the bet. Let's watch him. Man, and I don't even we can't even get into this. Other podcasts are talking about it. It's huge in the sports world. The big beautiful bill is so terrible for legalized gambling. It's the worst thing that could have happened. Nobody saw it coming because the casinos kind of got something they wanted, but But sports betting, you can get taxed now on 10% of your losses for the year.
Ooh.
So imagine if you make all your money gambling. You make 100,000 and you lose 100,000. You've got to pay 10% on that. President Trump, who is from casino-ish backgrounds, places, he's got Atlantic City places, Vegas places. Real mob move to just basically force people who do a ton of sports betting to go back into the shadows, find their bookie again, go back to their offshore book. It's just something we want to bring up now because it's going to turn into a big story somehow, somewhere down the line, and we warned you.
Right. Heard it here first.
We'll tell you what to bet. We won't tell you where to bet, but we would never encourage you to do anything illegal. Never. I would never say that. Not once.
Oh, my God.
Well, let's jump into it. Before we do any more football stuff, let's do the fun stuff at the top. Wildcard weekend. We're getting into playoffs. Everything's tense. Let's have a little fun. It's Friday. Have a good time.
What you got?
Let's talk about Tom Cruise directed a lightsaber duel in the upcoming Star Wars Starfighter movie.
That's awesome. That's coming out in a couple of years, though, or it's next year, I believe, right? Now it's
Ryan Gosling is the Starfighter. I'm not sure when it's coming out.
Yeah, I think it's next year, 27 at this point. But yeah, that's going to be crazy. Ryan Gosling in Star Wars with fights directed by Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and I believe the director here mentioned Sean Levy, who did Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep.
Okay. And other Ryan Reynolds movies?
Probably. Yeah, I think Free Guy, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cruise was just one to watch, told him, but setting up a scene involving a lightsaber duel in the water, he suggested the star jump up on one of the cameras. He'd meant it as a joke, but then there was Cruise wading into the muddy pond, holding the camera like a pro. Anyone who has seen Tom Cruise do this kind of thing, any of his movies recently at all, yeah, this shouldn't surprise you. Don't joke. Right. He'll do it. Hey, what if we just put you on the side of this airplane? I'm in. Like, he's unstoppable. He really believes in Scientology. He thinks he's sealed.
He thinks he's sealed.
So are you more optimistic for this movie, given the fact that we haven't really gotten a Star Wars movie out of Disney that people liked?
Yeah, sure.
Well, let me start with this. Is there ever going to be a Star Wars movie people actually like when it comes out? People usually hate them and then love them.
I think Rogue One was pretty universally loved at release and since. I don't think really anyone left Rogue One being like, man, they really fucked or screwed that up. Sorry.
I kind of thought that when I left Rogue One, I thought, man, that was a good movie, but I don't want to rewatch it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really like. I've definitely rewatched it, and it holds up. It's really good.
All right, let's go to a more adult content kind of moment here.
Okay.
Throw it up. Next one, I swear, and I'm not making this up. Throw up the if you got the graphic, or you can throw up the words. Yeah, that's good. I will read it.
Okay, fair enough.
I saw this story and I'm like, this is what Wit and Grit was made of. Former NFL offensive tackle Matt Khalil is suing his ex-wife Haley Khalil for invasion of privacy after she claimed they divorced because of his enormous penis size. Earlier this year, Haley went on stream and described his manhood as 2 Coke cans, maybe even a third.
Jesus Christ.
Move your face in the shot. Look at you.
Yeah.
Now you're in there.
Yeah.
Khalil claims his new wife became a target as well, receiving messages that grew increasingly frequent, disturbing, and alarming in nature over time. He says the comments ruined any chance to lay low post-playing career. Khalil is now requesting a jury trial and damages on all causes asserted to the complaint, with the amount exceeding $75,000. That's via TMZ.
Oh, jeez. Holy crap, dude. This is a wild story.
First of all, is she embellishing? Cans of wow. Matt Khalil is right about one claim. him retiring and having a laid back career post playing should have been really easy. And now all of a sudden he's been identified, because anytime something about a sexual organ comes out that's like really big or really small, it just attracts a lot of people, including apparently my algorithm.
Might want to get that checked out.
Yeah, at least it's only a couple cans.
Your algorithm?
Let's go back to football. That was enough.
Yeah.
One lightsaber story, one Coke can penis story. We're moving on. You can say penis. It's not a bad word.
He can say that.
He can. It's in his contract. He can't say that. But let's go to the gridiron where nobody wants to say that. If only we knew a Dolphins fan for this show. Sean, man, how the tables have turned several times since we last spoke.
Things change quickly.
Life comes at you fast.
That's right. Yeah.
Floor is yours, please. What do you want to talk about first? Throw it up. You know? This is your first reaction?
Yep.
Well, there goes Mike. I said McDaniel. You said, yep. I said, go get John Harbaugh. He said, probably the move. Obviously, you're just like, whatever. Now I'm numb to it still. and I told you to go get Davis Webb, the 31-year-old quarterback coach who has the Broncos playing so well with Sean Payton, obviously, at the helm. But he's apparently right. Davis Webb is a former player. Obviously, we know he was a backup quarterback, famously.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, did he go to Gardner Webb?
I couldn't tell you that. That'd be crazy. Webb at Webb.
Yeah, that's why I think I remember.
I think that's you might just be doing a thing there, but continue.
Anyway, but he's got his hand in the analytical bucket as well. They said that Sean Payton loved Davis Webb so much for the position he has now,
right?
That they called his limo and made him turn around before he got to the airport, and they hired him.
Yeah.
So Vance Joseph obviously got a raw deal the first time he was a head coach for the Broncos because they had Trevor Siemian as the only quarterback option he had. And then lo and behold, they got worse from there. So maybe Trevor Siemian wasn't like the worst case scenario, but even in the Tua situation, Vance Joseph could be, coaches on their second job usually hit it. Bill Belichick didn't do anything in Cleveland. He did it in New England, right?
Or New York, but.
Well, he was touche. A 0-0 record as a head coach.
No, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It'll be interesting to see where McDaniel ends up, who the Dolphins end up bringing on. I know we've got some rumors going out in the news.
Josina Anderson, who has you subscribe for a lot of information. I got this one for free, but since she has left the mainstream, we've seen a lot of these ESPN reporters that we used to see all the time on TV. Some of them go private on the internet. Diana Rossini was able to get on with the New York Times and the Athletic. That's been huge.
Yep.
But
she's great.
Josina Anderson does seem to have some pretty good information that other people don't always have. Yeah. How would you feel about John Harbaugh?
I mean, sure. Yeah. Like, I honestly wanted McDaniel. Like, I was a little upset about the news. I know he's, I think, like a perfect 500 record with the team in his 4 years. Some are very, very close to it. If it's not, he might be like 2 wins over. But a couple of playoffs. I really do think that, once I was able to come around to the idea that Tua's not the guy, that I could see the McDaniel being a little hamstrung by Tua's play. He was able to make Raheem Mostert, lead the league in touchdowns with 18 touchdowns a couple years ago. Like, I think he has a lot to offer, and I would have liked to have seen him with a different quarterback for a year. I know we've seen him with Skylar Thompson, Jacoby Brissett, in moments, and it's typically not gone well. He does admittedly have a better record with Tua than with other QBs, but I think I like what I'm seeing out of Quinn Ewers, and I think I would have liked to have seen a full offseason, a full year of Mike McDaniel, Quinn Ewers, whoever the new GM is, now we know that it's John Eric Sullivan. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen another year. But to answer your question, Harbaugh, sure. At this point, yes. I mean, I think getting someone that's proven, that's got some rings, got some hardware, the questions do come up, like, why wasn't he able to do it with Baltimore? Was it just him and Lamar completely out of sync at this point? So that's a little concerning, like a lot of people would probably say that Baltimore's a better team than Miami. So if he can't do it with Baltimore, why could he do it with Miami? So
I don't think that's like what, transitive? No, I don't think
it's transitive. No, you're right. I mean, and sometimes locker rooms just need a change. Sometimes organizations just need a change. I just want to make sure that the front office and the head coach can work together and actually get this thing turned around.
Well, you can't do that though.
It's been a quarter century since they've won a playoff game, dude. Like,
yeah. Lamar and Tua go shake hands as quarterbacks who miss significant time and cost their head coaches jobs. The reason that the Ravens aren't in the playoffs is because they had so many games without Lamar and they have to plan for him every year.
Right.
Huntley is the best backup in the league. He doesn't know which month he's playing, but he's probably playing for at least a month worth of games.
Yeah.
Please put that one back up. This is what I'm saying. Obviously, Mike McDaniel has a cocaine problem. Look at this.
Come on. That's reckless speculation.
I'm just saying. It's a funny meme. But he did. In all seriousness, I've heard from several reporters that said that, like, when you're in a bad organization, it's like you know what I'm saying? It's a feeling. Sort of probably like, I'm making some assumptions here, but probably a lot like watching a bad television show against your will with someone. Like you're with your friend, they want to watch a show, you can't get them to turn it off, and it's just terrible. It's like you're in the building, you can just feel it. Mike McDaniel's press conferences didn't have the same feel, even though he said he was playing for the future. He didn't lose the locker room.
Right.
He was going to get fired after next year anyway. This is a smart move by Stephen Ross. Just clean house. You hired Mike McDaniel to work with Tua. It didn't work.
Right.
When you get your next quarterback, you don't want to be hamstrung by Mike McDaniel, right?
Yeah. It's just it seems like the whole idea with McDaniel and Tua was like, hey, this is kind of the end of the rebuild. Like here in a couple of years with this duo, we're gonna get what we're looking for, and they'll have to kind of hit reset on that. It's really annoying. I mean, in terms of who could be next, though, I mean, I like Harbaugh as much as the next guy,
I mean, I like Kevin Stefanski. I like John Harbaugh. There's a lot of interesting coaches out there for this carousel. I don't get, maybe to go on a quick rant here, why do people keep saying John Harbaugh should go to the Giants? What about Jackson Dart makes you think, I can't go to Miami because they have Tua making all this money, which you could easily cut and just pay the money. It's money. It doesn't affect the coach.
I mean, it's going to be cheaper to keep him as a backup.
So I'm just saying that Dart did not do enough to be the unquestioned quarterback for that team.
I disagree.
He was one win shy of having the second worst team in the entire league.
Yeah.
They were terrible. Their coach got fired.
Lost Cam Scadaboo and Malik Neighbors pretty early on, and is a rookie. And I really liked what I saw out of him.
But didn't win enough games. He's Drew Lock. This is what Broncos fans were saying. When Drew Lock went, he had 8 games. He went 5-3, and he ended the year on a high note, but the Broncos didn't make the playoffs. And then everyone acted like the Broncos should just be happy with that. And for a year, they tried it, and halfway through the year, the wheels fell off. I'm just saying, I know you're a Dart believer, but there's no way a coach like John Harbaugh looks at the Giants and goes, oh, that rookie who won 3 games, that's better than Lamar Jackson. That's where I want to go. And the media talks about it because it's in New York. They're like, oh my gosh, the Giants are the only good job. Go to the Browns. If you had to leave the Ravens because the locker room didn't like you, which we're hearing a lot of people push back on, but anyway, go to the Browns. Make them hate you twice a year.
I'm going to hammer the over on the Giants win total next season, man. I think you're ridiculously underestimating them and not giving them enough credit. I know.
No, I'm giving them credit for what they did. You're giving them credit for what they could be. And that's the problem. Every time someone talks about New York or LA teams, it's about what they could do. When they talk about the Dolphins and the Broncos, it's how they fell back asswards into shit and accidentally got lucky on everything they did.
Were you watching Malik Neighbors, man? You give Jackson Dart Malik Neighbors, that's going to be incredible. Not to mention Cam Scadaboo coming back, dude. Those dudes are crazy on the field, man.
So Mendoza falls to 7. They shouldn't take him because Jackson Dart could have Malik Neighbors.
They could spin that. I could think they could spin that pick on something better. Yeah, dude. I think they're going to go all in on Jackson Dart. Yeah, and I think that's a smart move.
I think Dart gets another year, I don't think they're going to draft his replacement. I'm saying John
No way.
Harbaugh's from an established, like a great culture where everything is solid. And everyone's acting like he should look at the Giants, which are a complete dumpster fire of like 6-month decisions.
Well, and I'm saying
put together, firing the coach, letting the coach stay in the first place. Why is the GM not fired? The GM's the one that let Daniel Jones walk out the door. Why is he not fired?
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'm just saying I get it. I get why people, are saying he should look at that job. I think anyone will be smart to look at that job. I think it's a great job right now.
It's a terrible job. The last Giants coach who had a good career at all retired
I think
when Tom Brady was still a good Patriot. Tom Coughlin's the last time they were bearable.
You know where my allegiances lie. Everyone does, obviously. You don't have to look too far. But like, I think the Giants is probably a better job, a better opportunity than the Dolphins like today.
What is wrong? Are you kidding me? The
Dolphins, divisions, the quarterback situation.
Yeah, take on the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles and the recently NFC Championship Commanders, or take down Drake May and the Patriots, who had the easiest schedule in NFL history and did a good job on it.
Dude,
but the Chargers have the worst offensive line we've ranked, and this is the toughest game they're going to have on their schedule.
We don't see eye to eye on this one.
And first of all, we've talked about this. Coaches don't look at the division. They don't play fantasy football. They're in the game.
Real football,
coaching. Yeah. No, you don't. Exactly. You can't control 3 other buildings in 3 other cities. You pick your situation. Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh. Everyone said they wouldn't take the job they wanted and eventually took because they were like, that's a tough division. None of them shied away from it. John Harbaugh's not going to shy away from the Patriots. If he wants to go to South Beach, where Stephen Ross in Michigan and him have so many ties, why would he go? But I like Jackson Dart. I'll go to the Giants. If he learned anything from Lamar Jackson, your quarterback's going to be gone in 3 games. You better like the backup. You better like the whole team. You better like the city you live in. And it may not be New York for this guy. I'm saying Atlanta and Miami are better because there's no GM. Well, there's a GM now for the Dolphins.
Right.
But Atlanta's putting this whole thing together from scratch. They're just going to get a president of football, which it seems like they're just waiting until they say it's Matt Ryan. So if John Harbaugh gets along with Matt Ryan, I'm taking the Falcons job, dude. If you want to do your little division game, let's do it. Panthers, Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. Whoa.
Panthers hosting a playoff.
The Saints. Let's get to the Panthers. This is a great segue. Hold on. The Panthers are under 500 and they got into the playoffs on back-to-back losses. And now at
thanks to the Dolphins largely
10.5 or higher. They are the biggest home underdog in NFL playoff history.
Against a team that they just beat in this building 4 weeks ago?
But they beat them on back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, but several 4th and 3, 4th and long, Bryce Young miracle balls, Stafford on a pick 6. It was a weird game, but
weird game.
We gotta wait till we get to it though. Let's keep going. While we're talking about the playoffs, though, while we're still doing the playoffs, give me the 3 and out rates for playoff teams. This is an interesting stat as we go through everything.
Yes. Excuse me. So I've got a top 3 for you.
It should be one of the graphics, right?
Oh, what is it? The third downs?
3 and outs. Yeah, third downs.
Same thing. Let's see. Yep, I do have it. Give me 1 second, I think.
It's an X graphic, but essentially...
Yep, I see it. Wasn't initially prepared. Let's see.
Well, it's live.
Yeah, found it. And there we go.
All right, so if you look at this right here, Panthers have the lowest 3 and out percentage among the playoff teams, according to NFL Researcher. Does that shock you?
Yeah, actually. So it doesn't happen to them very often.
Right. The Eagles do.
Huh. Wow.
And the Broncos do. The Steelers do. The Texans do. Is this a result of the Panthers running the ball more efficiently, so they're never going 3 and out, and they're just methodically going down the field? Same thing for the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey, the Rams when they don't need to overuse Stafford. You see the trends here developing. What's interesting is the Seahawks there at 7 almost seems more dangerous. But I just wanted to bring that up while we were in that section.
I didn't know that. That is pretty shocking.
Now, we already talked about ages for the coaches. Can you pull up the graphic for starting quarterback ages, please?
I can.
There it is. What's going on here?
I was prepared for that one.
You were ready.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is 25. It's his second time in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence is 26 with several more years. Isn't it also only his second time in the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's 26. Is this his second time in the playoffs since he got hurt?
Maybe. That
one's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I was saying. Like, when you look at Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, and Aaron Rodgers is the outlier here, but these are veterans. While you've got May, Young, Williams, all doing their first one. And between Lawrence and Herbert, they've only played one playoff game apiece, and it was against each other, right? Herbert only played one. The Jaguars won the game. They played another one.
Yeah, but I think it was against each other, yes.
Yeah, that was the one that went to overtime. I was at a Taylor Tomlinson comedy show in Atlanta, and I couldn't watch that playoff game. I booked the show so far in advance, I forgot about the playoffs, and then I was like down to Atlanta.
Forgot about the playoffs, bro. What?
I forgot they did it on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I got the ticket in like July. I forgot the playoffs would be on Saturday, so I was like, I'll watch it Sunday after the show.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, these are the weirdest playoffs.
It is, yeah. It's like nothing in the AFC would shock me. No result.
Pull up the graphic for records versus playoff teams. These are the playoff teams playing each other.
Hold on.
Yeah, they're broken up like divisions, if that helps you find it.
Yep, it does. I have it open on my other screen, but there's a whole system going on over here.
Yeah, we're working on incorporating more and more images as we get closer to the end of football season. Don't bring it up. Everyone wants to tell me how easy the Broncos are going to get eliminated next week. Well, they're 4-2 against playoff teams. That's not the best, but it's close. It's up there. It's way better than people act like.
That's pretty good.
Panthers are 2-5. Seahawks are 6-2. They're the scariest ones.
Yeah, they're tested and they've been, proving that they can handle it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was just something. I mean, we're just trying to give you guys perspective on these playoff teams before everything gets going.
Yeah, they've got your teams like the Panthers and the Steelers are looking kind of sus.
Sacks allowed by offensive lines. That's another graphic we have.
Is it?
But maybe. But I mean, PFF lists sacks allowed by each playoff offensive line. Chargers are at the bottom. No surprise there. Herbert's been getting hit all year. Eagles offensive line is 16th, right behind the Rams and Packers. That's lower than you expect for a team that's supposed to dominate up front. I mean, and look at all the numbers in between.
Right. Yeah,
Broncos
there's a lot of middle of the
6th.
road here, and then some top heavy, one top heavy, and then that's wild.
There's 3 teams that aren't grouped together, and then all the other teams are somewhere between 13 and 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Broncos at the top, then the Jaguars are at 22, Chargers way down at 29. Barely makes the graphic too long.
Chargers are who the Broncos could see if they happen to upset the Patriots.
I'd love to talk more about that. But first, as we transition, the Wit Grit Podcast includes gambling-related discussion, opinions, and advice intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. We, Ian in Virginia and Sean in North Carolina, are not attorneys, financial advisors, or licensed bookmakers. Nothing said on this podcast should be taken as professional or legal advice. Listeners are solely responsible for their own gambling decisions. Always gamble legally and responsibly. We're not liable for any losses, decisions, or actions taken based on the content of this show. Need help? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. All right, Sean, before we get into my card for Wildcard Weekend, what is a unit?
Unit is 10% of your weekly betting budget. Nothing you can't afford to lose.
It's the winter. We're tightening belts, fewer games. Don't feel like you got to bet more. Stick to what you know. I love to tell you guys this. Through this entire football season, I've been more dedicated than ever to unit size. I had maybe 1 week where everything went belly up. Other than that, I've been able to diversify, put my money in different spots, and mostly win a little bit of money here or lose just a little here. And the numbers are way more positive than 2024. So we highly encourage unit size.
That's right.
All right. Let me go over some big stats.
Okay.
Since 2008, the eventual Super Bowl champion has at least come from the top 8 in Super Bowl odds entering the playoffs each year, including from the top 6 in each of the past 12 seasons.
Okay.
Last team to win outside the top 6 in odds entering the playoffs was the 2012 Ravens.
Okay.
Here are the teams that were top 6 in Super Bowl odds entering these playoffs: Seahawks, Rams, Broncos, Eagles, Bills, and Patriots.
Okay. Disrespectful to Jags.
I mean, Blake Bortles didn't even make it. Since 2003, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks are 64, 25, and 2 against the spread. That's 72% as an underdog in the playoffs. Those quarterbacks are 77% against the spread as a dog before winning the ring, and 69.1% after the ring, including 12-5 against the spread since the 2018 playoffs. This week, that is Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Yep. Steelers, Texans.
But first, let's go to my best bet of the week, my biggest bet. It's enough of the random stats. Let's get to the stats that matter.
Okay.
Hold on, I got to scroll for this game. It's not exactly first.
Which one?
Eagles versus the 49ers. My 2-unit bet of the week, biggest bet on the board, was the Eagles minus 4.5.
Okay. Why do you like them so much there? That's a lot.
Philly's offensive line is top 10, and the 49ers pass rush ranked 30th in pressure rate. Massive mismatch.
Yeah, big time.
Now flip it. Eagles defensive front, led by Jalen Carter, he's back, gets to work against a banged-up Niners line. If Trent Williams isn't close to full strength, this is a different offense entirely.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. That gives McCaffrey less to work with. It gives Purdy less time. That's very true.
Eagles force tight windows, and that's exactly where Purdy falls apart under pressure. Brock Purdy is 0-4 straight up and against the spread as an underdog, and those games haven't been close. He missed the number by more than 12 points per game on average.
Oof. Yikes.
So, and 77% of sharp money and 77% of big money I've landed on Philly as well. So it clicked every box for me. We love the Eagles in this situation. It feels like the 49ers have survived losing so many players that they usually have.
Right. And the trenches are so important, especially come playoffs. So I am going to follow you on this one for sure.
And Lane Johnson's back, I think, which was always our rule. We back the dogs.
Absolutely.
The Eagles with the dog mask.
Yep.
Awesome. So no disagreeing there.
No, we had our disagreement earlier in the show when we were talking about Jackson Dart and the Dolphins job.
Imagine that. So the line may have moved, but when I put up the article, Steelers +3 versus the Texans.
Oh, okay.
Mike Tomlin spot. Before I even get into it, Aaron Rodgers, it just feels like, before I even get to the numbers of it, just feel it in your gut. I'm going to get you with the numbers in a second, but go with your gut for a second. Aaron Rodgers is standing there waiting for a loop to kick that field goal, 44 yards to end what could be his NFL career.
Right.
Definitely, possibly the end of his Steelers career, as they didn't even get to the playoffs with him there. All of a sudden, as he's staring eternity away from a football field in the face, he misses the kick. It's electric. You're going to the playoffs. When Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl, a lot of things broke his way. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm far from worried they won't, if that makes sense. Like, if I had to pick a couple of teams, can't you just see Steelers Packers rematch with Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers this time?
Crazy. I mean, like I said earlier, nothing in the AFC, no result from the AFC would shock me. So.
CJ Stroud is impressive. The Texans are ahead of schedule, but it's not about that. Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, as I mentioned, it's about that 72% hit rate. And Aaron Rodgers himself, 9-1-1 against the spread in games like this, against playoff caliber defenses that allow fewer than 18 points per game late in the year. The Texans defense is a nightmare for everyone but Aaron Rodgers. This is the kind of thing that he gets up for.
And he's got DK coming back.
And thank you. DK Metcalf's coming back. And that's why I texted you earlier in the day and told you to grab the +3 before they move it to +2.5.
Yeah.
So remember how much we believe in them. But I mean, one more thing, the trench advantage. We always do a trench first system here with our NFL bets. Everything usually is a trench advantage. Steelers D-line versus Houston's number 27 ranked offensive line. I said that funny. Offensive line. And it becomes a multi-angle play. So this is 1.5 units on the Steelers. Grab +3 while you can. If we did the show on Monday or Tuesday, we would have given you the +3.5. But
yeah, I think this is another one I'm going to follow you on here. With Rodgers getting DK back is going to be pretty big.
Huge.
And just the experience that comes, with Rodgers and Tomlin, and kind of like you said, that miracles type energy that they've probably got going on in the building right now, it could carry them a little bit.
Let's pivot to a lower confidence play. Chargers +3.5 versus the Pats.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one's interesting.
I may be on both sides of this game, so just wait.
Okay.
This is a fade of Drake May's playoff debut. As much of it is to bet on Herbert's experience, right? So Herbert's been to the playoffs. Drake May has not. Herbert is 18-12-1 against the spread as a dog in his career, and 14-6 against the spread on the road or on neutral sites. He's winless in 2 playoff games, yes, but his defense gave up 63 points in those.
Right.
So not necessarily a quarterback issue.
Okay.
Also, he's 2-0 against the spread in Foxborough. And while Vrabel now runs the Pats, Herbert's seen him twice before and threw for 300+ both times he played the Vrabel Titans. So it's a little thin. This goes against our system. That's why this is only a 1-unit play. Yeah. Because the trench advantage goes to the Patriots, but this is the playoffs, and we have to be human. We're not going to stick to the robots. We're going to say that Jim Harbaugh's been there before. Vrabel's been there before, but not with this army. He was commanding a different army, had a different general.
Yeah.
They've had the easiest schedule all year. Jim Harbaugh's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, right. But I think this Patriots team is pretty good, and I don't think the Chargers team is good enough, even given the experience of the coaches and the quarterbacks and everything. I think just team against team.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And it being in New England, I think New England's got this.
All right. Well, you'll agree with something later. So you're not back in the 3.5, though? You don't think the Chargers can keep it to a field goal?
That's tough. That's really tough.
That's what we're saying. We're not saying they'll win. We're saying they're not going to lose by much. That the Patriots are going to need. They're not going to blow them out of the water. Right? Yeah, I mean, the Chargers' offensive line is down and hurt bad. Their defensive line isn't that hurt.
Right. No, I'm still staying away from it.
Okay.
I think Patriots have more than that. Yep.
Sean, stay away.
Yeah.
Panthers +10.5. Our other 1-unit bet versus the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Full sicko mode. Biggest home dog in NFL playoff history. Home dogs of 4+ in the playoffs are 8-0 against the spread over the last 50 years.
Yep.
Panthers are 8-0 against the spread after a straight-up loss, covering by 10+ points per game.
Mm-hmm.
So not beating the Bucks might be what they need for this one.
Yeah, I think I do like this one. I know we're going to talk about it a little more, but so far I do like this one. Well, it's also a crazy spread, man, against a team that they.
I just gave you one pick with a hook for a coach that's taken a team to a Super Bowl and only lost because the power went out in the third quarter. And instead, or the biggest dog in NFL history, and you were just like ready to get hurt.
I guess so, but. 10.5, I'm taking that.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. I'm just saying that the contrast is glaring.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, that's all I really had to say about it. I mean, the number in the spot is what it is. Let's get into it. We are going to put a little money on the Panthers to win the game, but not a whole unit, not a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
So 1 unit on them to cover, but instead of our favorites parlay or our pocket change picks, we'll have 1 pocket change pick. But instead of the favorites parlay and instead of multiple pocket change picks, because a la fewer games,
right,
we're going to do a Moneyline Round Robin. I spent way too much time today looking into if it would be better to just kind of take the Eagles and the Patriots and parlay those at plus 110 and just call it a day. And I thought, man, it's Wildcard Weekend. It's the last chance you get to make enough picks, really, for a round robin like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like the stats are leading us to a couple sides. So I put 1 unit total on all these distributions. I did them by 2 and by 3. So there's not a lot of money in here, but depending on how it shakes out, if for some reason we nail all of them, it gets you about 10 times.
All right.
Maybe a little under that. Anyways, the money lines we're backing are the Eagles.
Yep.
Patriots.
Yep.
Packers over the Bears.
Yeah. Yep.
Jaguars over the Bills.
Yes. That one's tough, but yeah, I think so.
Steelers.
Yes.
Steelers are our dog. That's the other pocket change pick, or it could have been. So if we were going to do if you don't want to do the round robin, I'll give you another option. You could do your favorites parlay of the Eagles and the Patriots. Go wider if you feel like it. Mm-hmm. And then you can bet individual dollars on the Steelers. And the Panthers is our pocket change pick of the week.
Let's go.
And I'm talking sprinkle. I've got a quarter of a unit on it.
Yeah.
Because it pays out a little bit more than 4 to 1.
Right.
So, yeah. Nothing reckless. Just if there's some issues with the Rams on the line. And the Panthers are getting back Big Rob, their Pro Bowl guard who got hurt in week 2 with a bicep tear.
That's right.
They put him in the practice window on Christmas Eve. He should be ready to go, hopefully, for this game. So if they beat the Rams once without their Pro Bowl guard, hopefully with the whole 8-0 after a loss thing and a better line, maybe they can catch the Rams sleeping. Now, The problem is, and I've always had this long philosophy, it's very hard to beat an NFL team twice in the same year.
It is. Yep.
So that's why this is only a sprinkle. We are literally just putting a little bit of money on history.
Yep. It'll be fun to watch.
And hopefully if the Rams win, it's only by like 4 or 5. I don't know.
Not 10 or not 11.
So what do you think of the round robin?
Yeah, I like this round robin. That's who I was going to pick anyway. Those are the teams that you mentioned are all who I think is going to win those games. So I'm in on that. Jaguars
and the Steelers do feel like the least lockish.
Right.
I mean, we could have egg on our face and these could all be wrong next week. It's the playoffs. That's how it works.
Exactly.
That's why we only put a little on it. But Eagles, Patriots, and maybe Packers are the ones I'm the most confident in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's going to carry us to some money alone.
I mean, as long as we go 3-2, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've got 2 darts in there. Like, the beauty of a round robin, we'd love to hit all 5, but that's a parlay. We just have to hit a majority. So as long as we can hopefully get 1 dart, 2 of our sure things, we'd make a lot of money, because of the plus money implications.
That's right.
What a podcast, Sean.
Yeah, that was great.
We're going to have to get this out quick because the game started a day early.
Yeah, tomorrow. Less than 24 hours.
Hope everybody tuned in on YouTube and Facebook. If not, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts, we appreciate you. Please keep listening. Go visit hammeredsharkproductions.com. Tell us what you want to see on the website. I would love, Sean will figure it out. Don't worry. Whatever you think of, whatever you got, he will do it. He told me that. He definitely wouldn't say he won't hear. He can
I told that to him at a dinner.
He told me that. I can't do it.
He blew it.
Also, All In with the Substack. You can subscribe on the hammeredsharkproductions.com website. It's right there on the homepage. Very easy. I walked my father through it earlier today, so now he's going to get all our picks when I send them out. It's just a lot easier to catch what we're saying if you read it.
Absolutely. It's a good article today.
Man, I hope the games get wild card. I'm going to talk to Sean off screen, but maybe we'll adjust our schedule a little bit and see what we can do if there's something worth reacting to between like Saturday and Sunday, Sunday, Monday. We're going to see what's going on because we don't have to be here for a long time to be here for a good time. Am I right?
That's so right. Truer words were never spoken. All right, y'all. Well, we will talk to you maybe later this week, but definitely next weekend at the latest.
Peace out.
Have a good one.